guys, it's Morgan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the Heather's book tag that was created by Carrie Hope Fletcher. Now, I love watching Carrie's videos, and I actually have some of her books among the books that I have on my desk, so when I saw that she created this tag, I knew that I had to do it. So with that said, let's get into it. Beautiful. The prettiest book cover in your collection. I had a hard time picking a book for this since I think a lot of the books that I have really nice covers, but I decided to go with Felix Ever After by Case and Calendar. I think if you didn't know what this book was about, this cover would really grab your attention and you'd want to find out. Fight for Me, a character that's loyal to the end. Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series. I mean, she's always there for Harry and Ron, and she always knows the right spell to use to get her and her friends out of trouble. Hermione would be a great person to have around. Dead Girl Walking, the steamiest book you've ever read. Now, I don't read steamy books, but a moment that I thought was steamy was the sex scene between Jude and Cardan in The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black, which is the third book in the Folk of the Air trilogy. Now, this book as a whole is not steamy, but this was the only answer that I could find. The Me Inside of Me, a book that made you feel less alone. For this, I'm going with Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Now, I'm in the middle of reading this, and you can see my Ravenclaw bookmark, but the relationship that the March sisters have makes me feel less alone because I can imagine myself hanging out with them, and they seem to have a lot of fun together. It also makes me think of the relationship that I have with my younger sister, who's currently in college, and having her in my life also makes me feel less alone. You're Welcome, a book where someone gets their comeuppance. For this, I decided to go with a book where more than one character got their comeuppance, and that is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl. In this book, Augustus Gloop, Veruca Salt, Violet Beauregard, and Mike TV all got their comeuppance, and each of their fate is suitable for each character. Also, I know that they're kids, but I kind of thought that they deserved what they got. Never Shut Up Again, a book where someone has a mic drop moment. Now, my answer for this is a nonfiction book, which is Patti Lupone, a memoir, and it's when Patti Lupone, while she was doing Sunset Boulevard in London, found out from her agent, who saw it in Liz Smith's column, that Glenn Close would be playing Norma Desmond when the show moved to Broadway. No one on the production team had told Patti themselves. And then she trashed her dressing room, met up with friends who were going to see the show, told them what happened, and then they all left town. I think that's a pretty big mic drop moment. Our Love is God, a moment in a book where two people have a perfect moment before shit hits the fan. Now, my answer for this will spoil the third book in the Rebel Belle trilogy, Lady Renegades by Rachel Hotkins, so if you don't want to be spoiled, skip to the timestamp that's on the screen. Near the end of this book, there's a moment where Harper and David are talking, and even though Harper and the reader knows that this isn't really David, it's still a really sweet moment. And David tells Harper to walk away and remember him like he was, but Harper can't, and then she goes off to confront the real David. My Dead Gay Son, A book where parents accept their kids exactly as they are. For this, I'm going with Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. For a while, Leah's mom is the only person who knows that Leah is bisexual, and she accepts her, which is great. It's always really nice to hear about parents accepting their kids, no matter what. I Say No, a book where someone stands up for themselves. In the book The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, every time Luke shows up to ask Addie if she's ready to give up her soul, she always turns him down, even though her life is hard since no one remembers her. And I consider that Addie standing up for herself. Kindergarten Boyfriend, a character who was hopeful against all odds. For this, I decided to go with Maya from A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor by Hank Green, which is the sequel to An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. Now, the reason I decided to go with Maya will spoil the ending for An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, so if you don't want to be spoiled, skip to the timestamp that's on the screen. In this book, Maya is hopeful that April is still alive, even though the entire world believes April's dead. And because of this, Maya goes on a journey that she's sure will lead her to April. And she's right. Thanks for watching, guys. And Carrie, if you're watching this, thank you for creating this tag. I had a lot of fun doing it. And if any of you guys want to do this tag yourselves, I'll put the questions in the description. And if you want to see any of my future videos, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.